My name is Danielle Singh. I'm the middle school principal at Paul Public Charter School. My history at Paul, I've been here for 6 years. This is my second year serving as middle school principal. This is my 14th school year in education. My vision is similar to our school's mission. I really want all of our scholars to leave us as merit scholars, as motivated, educated, responsible, independent thinkers, that they're prepared for high school and ultimately college. Currently, 68% of our scholars are proficient in math, and half of our scholars are proficient in English. So our focus as a school is on literacy and improving our proficiency rates in English. So scholars have an opportunity to take advantage of 85-minute literacy courses across the middle school, as well as a reading intervention course for any of our scholars that are reading 2 or more grade levels below. Our intervention program, our enrichment block, is focused primarily on literacy. So that's 3 of our strategies to improve our proficiency rate school-wide. Yes, I personally believe my success really hinges upon the academic success of our scholars. I'm an instructional leader first, a teacher at heart, and so when our scholars are not performing, then I haven't done my job. And so my work as instructional leader is really to make sure that our kids have access to the best materials, the high quality instruction, so that they're prepared to successfully navigate high school and college. Academic expectations we have for our scholars are that they end every school year successfully. And for us, that looks like scholars are achieving in their core courses as well as their arts and athletics courses. We're looking at excellence, looking at 2 factors, achievement and growth. So when our scholars are doing well, when they're on the honor roll, when they're showing really high pass rates and high assessment scores, we want to celebrate that. But for us, growth is just as important. It's not so much where you start, but where you end up. And so we have strong systems in our school where we recognize when students are putting in the extra effort and improving, whether it's one test question they've improved, growing half a reading level. We want to just celebrate that because excellence for us looks like achievement as well as growth. So I believe that student achievement is really hinged upon hard work. We really believe in a growth mindset here at Paul. And we want our scholars to really look at success in a number of ways. And it's not just what you're born with or the resources that you come into the world with or that your family has, but really the value and the power of hard work. And so we're really pushing our scholars when they do well academically that they should be able to trace some key actions that they took as a scholar that led to that success, whether it's staying for a lunch session with a teacher or putting in extra hours in homework center after school or studying with a partner, that we want our scholars to really recognize that it's hard work that's going to get them where they need to go, and it's not so much what you're born with. Because what we found is that when scholars really believe that it's all about my natural ability, when they get to high school and when the challenges are much harder and much higher, they, that whole belief that I'm smart kind of falls away versus I'm a hard worker, and if I put in the effort, I'm going to get the right result. The way we keep track of our students academically throughout the year is really through the power of data and dashboards. So we're keeping a pulse on how our students are doing. So we're looking at their progress reports as well as their report cards. We track their performance on our benchmark assessments in reading and math. Each of our scholars takes a placement test when they enter Paul, and we use that placement test to determine the right courses for them in reading and math. But then we're also looking at how they're ending in those courses. So if you're in an honors course, are you able to keep up with the demands of that course? Or if you're in a support course for reading, are you growing in terms of your reading level overall? So those are 2 of the ways, but data plays a huge role in how we keep track of how our students are doing. So our behavioral expectations for our students is that we really want them to be merit scholars. And part of being a merit scholar, there's responsible in that merit acronym. And so we want our scholars to be good community members, both in our school as well as in the community. And so behaviorally, we want our students to treat each other with respect. We want them to interact positively with their peers, be responsible for their learning environment. But we also care about what they're doing in the community as well. And so we say you wear Paul with you no matter where you go. And when you're coming to and from school, we really want our scholars to just demonstrate what it means to be a motivated, educated, responsible, independent thinker wherever they are. So one of the ways that we enforce rules here at Paul is through our token economy, which is our merit and demerit system. So when our scholars are doing the right thing, when they're making positive contributions to our school community, they have an opportunity to earn positive merit points. And so that means coming to school in your uniform, coming prepared with materials, engaging in your classwork. Also for students that give back, that participate in our extended day program or volunteer with a teacher or staff member, that one of the ways we want to celebrate is when you're doing the right thing, that there's a place where you're going to be recognized and rewarded. But another way that we enforce rules, it is through our demerit system. And we use our negative point system as a way to communicate to students when they're not doing the right thing. So they know if their balance falls below 0, if they're at a negative balance, that they're not really demonstrating what it means to be a merit scholar. And so we have a sweat the small stuff philosophy here. We're going to sweat their uniforms. We're going to sweat that they're on time for each of their classes. And that's one of the ways that we just want to build and make sure we're reinforcing some strong character so that they're ready for high school and beyond. One of the ways that we reward good behavior is through our token economy, through our merit system. So when our scholars are really demonstrating what it means to be merit scholars, they have a high number of positive points, and they're able to use those positive points to redeem them to participate in dances and character-based field trips, as well as other opportunities throughout the school community. They're celebrated at the grade level through our monthly town hall celebrations and other incentives that may include gift cards, special opportunities inside and outside of the classroom. When they're really doing the right thing. In my role as principal, I feel personally responsible for the development of our teachers, and my work is really around creating the environment where our teachers are developing daily. So one of the big ways that we promote development of our teachers is through our observation and feedback cycle. So our teachers have an opportunity to be observed by myself and our instructional leadership team on a weekly basis, and that observation is followed up with some coaching that happens each week with that teacher. And so that looks like you're sitting down with a teacher and you're highlighting things that they've done well, but you're also coaching them around some specific bite-sized, actionable steps that they can improve the next day in class. And that looks like teachers may role play. They may script out direction that they're going to redo with a class the next day. And we see that as a big mechanism to improve teacher performance over time, and that we know teachers grow when they're receiving constant observation and feedback. We also have early release time each Thursday where our teachers get together as a community and we're looking at culture data, things that are happening inside the classroom, and really designing professional development to meet our teachers' needs. All of our teachers are a part of content departments, so English, math, science, social studies, and the arts. And those departments meet twice a month. And one of those meetings is focused primarily on their content development. So they're getting better as science teachers. They're incorporating more writing as English teachers. But then they also have an opportunity to collaborate at that second meeting where they're focused on lesson planning and really have a chance to work with some of their peers to make their lessons the best. And so we see those as the big vehicles for professional development. Our teachers also have an opportunity to participate in outside workshops. So our arts program is one of our premier programs that we want to continue to develop. And so the dance teacher may have an opportunity to go to visit Alvin Ailey and see master teachers teaching scholars how to dance. And so we do open PD opportunities city, net, and statewide, so that our teachers are continuing to have access to the right resources to make them better at what they do. So whenever we have a teacher vacancy, our recruiting strategy looks a number of ways. The first thing we do is we reach out to our current staff because we believe that good teachers know good teachers. And so we always inform our teachers whenever we have a vacancy. And our staff has been great at recommending phenomenal teachers that have joined our campus. And so we use our social media networks, so Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, you name it, to post our vacancies. And then we go to more traditional routes using the newspaper, Craigslist, Idealist to post for positions. And then finally, one of our recruiting strategies is to really connect with universities and programs that are producing strong teachers. So we have a few universities that we work with currently where we have student teachers in our building because we know to look for great teachers takes a lot of effort. And so we do a number of things to get the best candidates in our building. One of the ways that we evaluate our teachers and hold them accountable for student growth is to actually put the student growth measure on their evaluation tool. And so when our teachers sit down for mid-year and end-of-the-year evaluations, we're really looking at how students fared in their classes. Through our evaluation tool, we're looking at teachers' planning, we're looking at how they deliver instruction, and even their responsiveness to coaching and feedback. But we do all that so that students are learning and growing in classes. And so we are talking with teachers around growth on unit assessments and benchmark assessments. And so our teachers, no matter what the content, if you're a dance, kids should be growing in dance. If you're a music teacher, they should be growing as well. And so we do consider student outcomes when we're evaluating our teacher performance because we're all in this for the outcome of student achievement. And so we make that a priority. And even as the school leader, my evaluation also is tied to the success of our students. The way that we engage parents in the school and in their child's education is by, from the very beginning, welcoming parents. From our info sessions with parents, myself as well as my team, we make ourselves available that we're here to talk with parents and we're partners in this, that we don't have all the answers. They've been with their scholars for 12 and 13 years at times, and so they know lots about them, and that together we can really help kids through these middle years. We engage with our parents through our Parent Action Group, which is a gathering of teachers and staff and parents that meet monthly to focus on issues that are just important to middle school families. Our kids are going through some of the most changes that they will ever experience in the middle years, and so we want to support our parents as well as our staff in making that transition the most successful. So our parents are engaged monthly through those activities. We also have positive communication because one of the things we recognize that our parents want to hear when their scholars are doing well. So we have a Posi Post campaign where parents will receive postcards from teachers and staff members when we see a scholar doing something well, and that's a way that we continue to engage with our parents. Some of our teachers use class websites as well to keep parents informed, and then we have an open door policy, so our parents can come in anytime to visit classes. We welcome them to come and volunteer for field trips and when we're testing and other school events, and we really just want them to become a part of the school community. And definitely in the middle school years, we want to just break the notion that you don't have to be involved because kids are getting older, and we recognize when we're able to partner well together that our students fare much better. I try to make myself available each day for families. So from the morning arrival and dismissal around if parents want to talk, I'm also live with my email so parents know that they can reach out to me anytime via email to respond. I'm also available by phone, but I let them know I don't sit at my desk very often. So leave a message and I'll be sure to get back to them. Parents can expect to hear from me on evenings or weekends. And if we're playing phone tag way too much, we're just gonna keep trying and to make sure that all parents feel like they're being heard. I also have a strong team that's here to support. So if I don't have the right answer for them right away, I'm always directing them to the right people that can help them. And the one good thing about being at a school with a large instructional staff and counseling staff is that there's lots of people that can help our parents, but I try to make myself available and parents know they can always reach out and have a face-to-face if they would like.